Hi there, my name's Julie Cusack and I am so excited to be bringing this little fast, fun workshop to you for this National Drawing Day. It's designed to be playful and fun and not take it too seriously. There's no wrong outcome. It's all good. It's all about process and play. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Okay, so we have our little objects that I've selected from the house, and the first one I'm going to draw from is this little flower here, and I'm going to do a blind contour drawing. And blind contour just means that you're going to look only at the object and not at your page, and you're not going to lift your pen, and you're just going to do a continuous line drawing. So I'm not looking at my page at all. I'm just using a little ballpoint pen, and I'm going to put it down. And I'm using my dominant hand for this because I'm right-handed. And there we've got a little blind contour drawing. And the next one I'm going to do is with my left hand. And for this one I'm going to draw this little wee cup here. And I'm going to draw this with my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand. And I'm going to do it on this old map. All of these are recycled papers that I just had around. So this was a damaged map. So I'm looking at my paper this time, but I am drawing with my non-dominant hand. Just like that. I might just put in a little bit of shadow here. So it'll feel quite awkward, but just put it down, whatever way you see it. And there we've got a little cup on an old map. And the next one is with two hands. So I'm going to take two markers, and I'm going to take this little peg here, and I'm going to put this on this old magazine like that. So this feels kind of weird, but it's a fun thing to do because it's quite difficult to think about. You just have to get the marks down. So we should have two pegs in the end. Two kind of funny looking pegs. Of course, some of you might be ambidextrous and you might be able to do these two pegs perfectly. And we'll just leave that one there like that. Okay, and this one is going to be with your dominant hand. So this time you get to look, you get to spend a bit of time. I'm going to do it with this white Posca marker, which is basically acrylic paint in a marker. And you can look, you can draw with your dominant hand, and you can take 2 minutes or under to do this one. And there he is, the little white peg. And the last one I'm going to do is actually from memory. So I'm going to draw one of those objects from memory without looking at them at all. So I'm going to take the cup and I'm going to draw that one. I'm going to use a marker this time. So I'm just trying to remember. It has a big wide rim on it, this cup. A little bit of shading because I remember there's a bit of a dark shade on the right hand side of the cup. And there we have it. So we've got 5 little drawings done really quickly. You can come back to these if you want to at a later stage, and you can do things like, say, the leaf on this one. You can bring it coloured in like this and bring in your petals. This is a piece of just from a textbook that I wasn't using. You can do it on newsprint if you want, if you've got newspapers lying around. Just bring it out a little bit more. And the same with the others. You could come back to this one maybe, fill in some here, just giving it another layer. And this is all with your dominant hand, and maybe we'll come back to our peg here and just give it a bit more definition. So this little spring. And there we go. So this was our little warm-up session. In the second half, we're going to work from a still life, and we're going to do the same kinds of playful, fun, quick drawings. Okay, so for this one, I want you to tape 2 on each finger. So I've got a pencil and a marker and 2 markers. And we're going to do our 4-finger drawing. Okay, so you might get somebody to help you put these on, because I've just realized it's quite difficult to do it on your own. But yeah, so, and we're going to do our still life. What? They said what? But yeah, it's going to be fun. So I'm just going to start, put the marks down, and in the end we'll have 4 drawings. Some of them will overlap. And of course you have your non-dominant and your dominant hands all at the same time. And we're going to try and do this fairly quickly too. You can lift your pens up if you want, if it's easier. So don't hesitate too much, because you kind of lose your place from where you were looking at, like I've just done. I can just about put my apple in at the bottom there. And there we have 2 little overlapping drawings, and that kind of creates a little bit of movement and yeah, a lot of gesture. So I'm just gonna take my hands here, and we're gonna move on to the next one, which is going to be a blind contour, which was like the first one that we did in the last session. And we're just gonna look only at the still life, okay? And I've got my little still life here, so you know what I'm working from. But I'm going to cover it now so that you know I'm not cheating. And I'm just going to look at my still life over there. I'm not going to lift my pen at all on this one. And that's it really. So with the blind contour drawings, sometimes you get these lovely drawings that are slipping into abstraction, or maybe things are not quite finished, particularly when you're doing portraits. So they're a really nice, fun way to put a drawing down, and you're also learning a lot about your objects. Okay, so that's that blind one done. I'm building up a whole sketchbook here today, really. And now the next one I'm going to do is, I'm going to do another two-handed one, but this time we're going to have more control because we have no tape on our fingers. Okay, so here we go. And I'm actually looking this time as well. So every time you do this with these different exercises, it'll be a little bit different. And I might just swap pens, just for a little bit of variety and get a little bit more tone in there, a different colour. Got my little flower centres here. It's kind of hard to do two hands, isn't it, guys? Yeah. Well, there we go. Lovely. And for the last one today, we're going to draw from memory. Okay, so I'm going to take this off and I'm going to try and remember. It's surprising how much you will have picked up about the still life, even though you're doing things very, very quickly and you think you're not taking it in, you are. So I'm not going to look at the still life at all, and I'm just going to try and remember how it went down. I'm going to do this fairly quickly as well. How did you get on? Did you get down? Great. Well, thanks very much for coming to the little workshop today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you get loads of fun and play from doing this. And you can do this so many times, and you can also come back to the drawings and start to overlay them. Okay, thanks.